Alright, so we are going to start today, since I know you love Dr. Seuss, by practicing some tongue twisters, okay? So I have them right here. So do you want to read the first one?
Yeah. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Awesome, that's hard, right? Yeah. Alright, I'll try the next one. Betty bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my batter better. So 'twas Betty Butter bought a bit of better butter. Okay, do you want to do this one?
Yeah. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck as much as he could and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Good. Alright, have you heard any of those before?
Yeah.
You did? Which one did you hear before?
Woodchuck chuck.
Woodchuck chuck. Yeah, that's a pretty popular one. Alright, so this I kind of told you about before, but I want you to just do your best to read it, and then I think you can read this one on your own, okay? I want to see how you do it, and then you're going to answer these questions that go along with it, and they're just like multiple choice questions. So I'm going to let you do it pretty independently, okay, because I know you're a really good reader. But before you start, I want to review a few things with you. So what do you do when you get to a word that you don't know?
Sound it out.
You sound it out? Okay. And then what if you don't know what a word means?
Keep on going.
Keep on going, and maybe use what?
I don't know.
If you don't know what a word in the middle of the sentence means, you could maybe use the other words.
Just skip it then.
Skip it. Yeah, maybe figure out what it means by using the other words in the sentence, which we did a little bit of. Good. You can take breaks if you need to, or take deep breaths if you get frustrated at all. And then when you go to answer the questions, do you remember last year when we were doing the iReady at the end of the year and we went over test taking strategies and we had like the breakfast burritos? So what were some of the strategies we went over? Pray. And then what else for when you're answering the multiple choice questions?
Read the question before you do it, and if you have to, read it again.
And then what about when you're doing the answers?
Read all of them before you answer.
Read all of them. And then if you know one's not right, what do we call that?
Wrong.
Slash. Remember?
No.
Slash the trash.
No.
You remember saying slash the trash? That's okay. We'll talk more about that. Do you remember any other strategies for taking a test or answering multiple choice questions?
Take a breath.
Take a deep breath if you're frustrated. Absolutely. All right, so I want you to just try your best and let me know if you have any questions, okay?
Okay. Apple Brown Katie knew today was going to be a fantastic day. On her way to school, she saw a sign announcing a town bake-off. Apple loved to bake and was famous all over town for her cookies and cakes. But her Apple knew that to win this bake-off, she would have to make something really stupendous.
Good.
What could Apple make that would be so great? It would be awarded for prize. After school, she rushed home to decide what to make for the bake-off. Apple thought about cookies. She loved cookies and suspected the judge must too. There were many kinds of cookies she could make. However, Apple suspected that making great cookies would not be enough to win, for there would be dozens of cookies at the bake-off. Apple knew she wanted to stand out. Next, she thought about cakes. Her cakes were also scrumptious, but there would be many cakes at the bake-off too. Baking a cake like the scrumptious, but there would be many cakes at the bake-off too. Baking a cake, other people would not win her first prize. She needed an innovation idea. She wanted to bake something no one had ever seen before. She would have to bake something brand new. Apple went to her room because she wanted to think some more, and she always thought best in the quiet of her room. As she was sitting there, a great idea came to her. A cookie cake would be perfect combination for the contest. She rushed to the kitchen to start preparing her entry. She grabbed bags of sugar. She rushed to the kitchen to start preparing her entry. She grabbed bags of sugar, salt, and flour. She also got eggs and baking soda and butter. Apple was so excited, she rushed to make her dessert. She threw the ingredients in the bowl. She grabbed a wooden spoon and mixed them up well. She wanted to taste the batter, but decided to wait. She wanted the judges to be first people ever to taste her new creation. She put the cookies cake in the oven to bake and thought about the contest. The next day, Apple woke up and prepared to go to the bake-off. She got dressed and went to get her cake. It looked perfect. On her way to the bake-off, Apple saw many people entries for the contest. Apple looked at the other cakes and thought hers looked the best. She hoped she was going to win the contest. When she got to the bake-offs, Apple set her cake on the table. Her name was put by the cake so everyone would know it was hers. She was proud when people looked at the cake and then pointed to her. Apple wandered around the big waffle to see what else was there. She saw lots of cookies and heard someone whisper that the judges was about to begin. So Apple rushed back to cake. The judges walked around to each person. They asked each one to describe what he or she had baked. And then the judges tasted the entry. The first person baked a chocolate cake. The judges said it was very good. The next person made peanut butter cookies. They were also very good. It appeared that the judges liked everything, or was the last person in line. As the judges came to her cake, Apple trembled that she really wanted them to like her creative cake. They asked for what kind of cake she had baked. Apple told them it was cookies and cream cake. She also told them that she had made the cookies and the cake too. They smiled at her and took a bite. One of the judges made a funny face before he turned around and rushed out of the room. Another judge quickly put her piece of the cake down. As soon as she took a bite, she lifted a napkin to her mouth and tried to hide her face. The third judge looked at her friend. She did not even taste Apple's cake. Instead, she just looked at Apple and sadly shook her head. Apple didn't know what to think. Everyone was looking at her again, but this time they were pointing at her cake and then nodding each other. Some of them even laughed. Apple Brown Betty wished she had never entered the contest. She felt absolutely awful. When the bake-off was finally over, Apple hurried home. She did not really want to tell her mom and dad about what happened. She opened the front door to her house as quietly as she could and tried to go to her room before her parents heard her. Apple's mom and dad were waiting for her, though her mom walked over and gave her a big hug. She told Apple that she was proud of her for entering the contest. She reassured her daughter that people would not keep talking about what had happened for very long. Apple was not sure what to do. She was almost afraid to speak because she felt the tears trying to escape. She did not want her parents to feel bad for her. She also felt really silly because people had laughed at her cake. Apple's dad walked over to her. He put his arm around her shoulders and gave her a hug too. She said had tried to figure out what happened and thought he had an answer. Apple wanted to hear what her dad had to say. She wiped her cheeks with a back of her hand. What do you think happened, Dad? She asked. The judges really hidden the cake. Well, her dad responded, let's start in the kitchen. Show me what you used to make the cake. They all went into the kitchen, and Apple started to gather all the ingredients she had used in the cake. She pulled a bag of flour, she pulled a bag of sugar, she finally pulled out a bag of salt. Just as I suspected. Her dad said, I think your mom said she bought a huge bag of salt at the store last week. Did you read the labels on those? Apple gasped. She read the labels and started to laugh. Now she knew why the judges had not liked her cake. She remembered their faces and giggled. They were very next day. Apple started planning for the next bake-off. She had all kinds of creative new ideas. She would bake cookies and cakes for her mom and dad. They were very proud of how well Apple baked. But they were even more proud that she just used her own ideas. Apple knew she would be prepared for the next year's bake-off. She also promised herself she would read the labels of everything she used to make the cakes in the future.
Excellent. Great work, buddy. How'd you feel about reading that?
Good?
Good. Do you think you did a good job? I think you did a good job too. Was it hard?
No.
No, kind of long. Yeah. All right. I want you to do your very best to answer the questions, okay?
No.
You know what we kind of talked about? You can take as much time as you need. How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you very much. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Awesome. All right. So we are going to start reading Dork Diaries together. And why do you think I picked Dork Diaries?
Because I talked about it and I never read it.
Because you said that you wanted to read it. So, today we are going to talk about character traits. Okay, so what do you already know about character traits?
I forget. We've been learning about it, but I forgot.
Okay, that's okay. So what is a character in the story?
It's just a person who's talking in the story.
Kind of. Can there be multiple characters in a story?
Yeah.
So what if, like, the character who's talking about their friend, is that a character too?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to learn more about character traits, which are different ways to describe characters. So are they nice? Are they adventurous? Are they smart? And you have character traits too, right? Everyone kind of has different character traits. That's what makes us special. So we are going to get more into that, but we are going to read a kind of a little short story within this book that you picked out this morning, okay? So we are going to take a look at these pages, and I know there's some pictures too, but I want you to just kind of turn through, take a look at them, and let me know what you noticed from the pictures and what your initial thoughts are about it, okay?
Shall we hear to that page, I guess?
So you're not going to read it yet. You're just kind of gonna like flip through it and let me know what you noticed from the pictures, okay?
Okay.
All right, you wanna flip?
Yeah.
Okay.
I say it too at the end or no?
You can tell me at the end, or you can tell me as you go.
Okay.
Up to where my hand is.
I'll flip. Yep. Flip. Yep. Next page.
I know there's no pictures on that one.
Next page.
All right, that's what we're gonna read up to, okay? So what do you notice from all those pictures?
They're having a birthday party. They're singing, and one person wrote a note at 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. They're doing something on their computer.
They're doing something on their computer, they're having a party. What do you notice about the words, how they're written?
They're big.
It kind of is like what book? Which book? How the words are written like this? On the lines. It looks like handwriting.
Oh, on a notebook.
So what book is also like this
My notebook.
that you like to read?
This book.
Other than this book. Which book also has like the little sketches and the lines, and it looks like someone's writing in it. And it's a diary also.
Diary. Oh, Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So this kind of looks like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think these really big letters mean? Did you notice these? They're really big and bold.
Yeah.
What do you think that means?
It's important.
It's important. Or they feel very strongly about something, right? They want it to stick out. Do you notice anything else? What about the words? I know you haven't read it super closely yet, but do they look kind of familiar? Look too hard? Just right?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So we are going to read it together. So you'll read some and I'll read some, okay? Do you do this with Mrs. Sanchez?
No.
No?
Just read by yourself.
You just read by yourself? Okay. Or sometimes she reads Charlotte's up to you? All right. So we are going to, I'll have you start. And then we are going to read these three together. And then I'll read some, and then you read some, and then we read together. Okay? All right.
The pizza was actually pretty good for squeezy.
Queasy. What's queasy?
I don't know.
Queasy? If you feel queasy, do you feel good?
I never heard of it.
You never heard of queasy? Queasy kind of means like you might feel like you have to throw up. Okay.
Cheesy anyway. Just as we were finishing up our meal, a waitress pulled a random number out of a bowl and accidentally.
Try this one.
Excitedly.
Try it again.
Excitedly announced that the guests at table 7 were the lucky ducks she'd selected to come up out on stage and sing the I Love Queasy Cheesy theme song.
Good. Is love spelled right there?
No.
No. How should it be spelled?
L-U-V-E.
L-O-V-E. So that's kind of like them being silly, right? Which happens sometimes in these diary books. So where are they?
Right here.
Oh, where are they?
They're at a party.
They're at a party. At where?
Queasy's.
At Queasy
Cheesy.
which is a
Pizza place.
pizza place, and they have to do what?
Sing.
They have to sing a song. All right, so let's find out how they feel about that, okay?
I was like crud. Brianna and I were sitting at table 7.
Okay.
There was just no way I was going up on that stage in front of all of those people to sing at that stupid song. And I made that fact very clear to the nice waitress lady.
Good. So does she want to sing the song?
Wait, no, she doesn't.
No. And what detail from the text helps us find out about that?
There was no way.
There was no way I was getting up on that stage in front of all of those people to sing that stupid song. You think she wants to do that?
No.
No. So what do we know about her?
She's nervous.
She's nervous and she doesn't like to do what?
Sing.
Good. So that is the first thing that we have learned about our main character. Okay. So as we go, we are going to do what is called the STAR strategy. So the first thing we're going to pay attention to is what the character says, which we're going to learn a lot about that because the main character is narrating the story, okay? And then their thoughts, which means what?
What they're thinking.
What they're thinking. And then their what?
The character's action.
Good. And then what else?
The character's relationships.
Relationships. Which is what?
Friendship?
Kind of, yeah. So anyone they interact with. So it could be your friends or your family or your classmates or your teachers. Okay, so we're going to pay attention to those 4 things. So what did we just learn about our character that we can put on our chart?
She does not like singing.
She does not like to sing. So is that what she says, what she thinks, her actions, or her relationships?
What she says. Wait. Yeah. Wait. Yes, say what she says.
Was she saying that she didn't want to sing the song, or was she thinking it?
She was thinking.
She was thinking it. Write that down right there.
Mm-hmm.
She does not like singing. And do you think it's that she doesn't like singing or that she doesn't like going up in front of the crowd?
She's nervous going up in the crowd.
Maybe going up in front of the crowd in general? Yeah. All right. And she doesn't like the song too much either. Good.
Of course. That's when
Brianna. That's a
Brianna
name. I know it's hard.
got an attitude about the whole thing.
Good. All right. This one we're going to read together, and we're going to do it with a lot of expression, okay? She actually threw a hissy fit right there in the restaurant. And get this, refused to pay for our food. Are you allowed to do that?
No.
No. OMG. I have never been so embarrassed in my life. Do we know something else about her?
She does not like to be embarrassed.
She is very embarrassed, yes. She does not like to be embarrassed. Her handwriting looks very nice. Okay. Good job checking.
That's A.
And then, do we know much about what she says yet? Has she really said much?
Yeah, she says stupid and OMG.
Yeah, so she might use not nice words. You can write that in what she says.
Just right. She does not use nice words.
She does not use nice words, no. And why is she using not nice words?
But she does not. She's embarrassed. She would be embarrassed, and not. She doesn't want to go on that stage.
Yeah. Good. She does not say good. She does not say very nice words. Okay, good. And then do we know anything about her actions? Has she really done anything important yet, or is she just thinking?
She's just thinking.
Good. Do you think she might do something?
Yeah.
She's gonna have to do what?
Talk it out. Or wait. It's like what? Wait.
She's gonna have to do what?
Sing in front of the crowd.
Yep, or she's gonna have to refuse to do it. And both are probably going to cause a scene, right? So she's in kind of a hard situation. So that we'll keep an eye out for. And then what about her relationships? Do we know anything about her relationships?
It was like friendship.
So she's with her, so she's with her friends, right? And what's her friend's name? And what's the hard one? Brianna, okay. You could say she's friends with Brianna. Good apostrophe. Brianna. So you just need an A in there. And what do we know about Brianna? Was Brianna nice?
Yeah. But is Brianna the one who's talking? Is that Brianna or her?
Brianna is the one who she refused to pay.
Oh no,
And it says she got
an attitude.
An attitude. So she's probably not being the nicest right now, is what I would think. But we'll learn more about her, I'm sure. All right. Okay, next one.
I totally panicked because all I had in my pocket was 39 cents and some lint.
You want to read this?
Yeah. Money. Well, you're not going to believe this, but.
Uh-oh. But let's read it together. But the super scary part was that Brianna's silly little prank was going to land us both in jail. So why are they going to jail? They're not actually, but why does she think they might go to jail?
Because she actually has money, but she's lying to her.
Yeah, she doesn't want to do it.
She doesn't want to pay.
She doesn't want to pay, and that can get you in a lot of trouble. And yes, I'm aware that doing prison time is the latest fad for all of those spoiled young celebs.
You know the type, the infamous party girl, model, actress who manages to become both an icon and an ex-con before her 21st birthday.
Yikes.
She truly believes she is above the law.
We're going to take a break for a sec because they have passing time. What was that?
I want to give you this chocolate since I can't get chocolate for another lollipop.
Alright, we can talk about it later, okay?
Okay.
You're very welcome. Sorry about that.
She truly believes she's above the law because in her little mind, the only real crimes against humanity are fake designer purses, frenemies, people with visible ear and nose hair, hairs.
Uh-oh, what are frenemies? Do you know what that is?
No.
What word do you see in frenemies? Friend and?
Enemy.
Enemy. So it's kind of like a slang term for someone who's kind of goes back and forth between your friend and your enemy. Right? Okay.
So out of sheer desperation.
Desperation. Do you know what desperation is?
No.
Desperation is when you really, really, really need or want something that you become desperate. Alright, now there's more kids coming in. I'm still recording, but I didn't want to get the people walking by. Alright, only a little bit left to go.
Namely perform the I Love Queasy Cheesy song with Brianna so she would pay for our meal. Thank goodness the people there were mostly parents and little kids. I didn't see anyone I knew from my school. Once we took the stage and I'd gotten past my feeling of extreme embarrassment.
Stop. Do you know about how she's feeling?
Embarrassed.
Extreme embarrassment.
Embarrassment and...
Alright, so where can we put this? Extreme embarrassment is how she's...
her actions? Wait. Her thoughts?
Her thought, kind of like your feelings could be involved in your thoughts, and I'm going to go close that door. Awesome. And what else?
And mild nausea.
This is a hard word. Nausea.
Nausea.
Do you know what nausea is?
No.
It's when you feel like you're going to throw up. Does it make sense that she feels like she's going to throw up? Why?
Because of pizza.
Maybe because of the pizza, but why
because
else?
she's singing on stage and she probably can just throw up.
Do you ever feel like you're going to feel kind of sick when you're nervous?
No.
At all? Some people do. So that's why she feels nausea.
Which is probably why they call the place Queasy Cheesy. I had to admit the whole experience was actually kind of fun.
Good.
The crowd seemed to love us, so Brianna and I really hamed it up.
Good.
We were getting down with a few
Beyonce, it's a singer.
Beyonce dance moves, and the audience was cheering us on. Then the most awful
and shocking thing happened. Mackenzie Hollister.
Apparently, she just arrived with her little sister, Amanda, and her BFF, Jessica.
So we're learning a lot of names, right? So we'll keep that in mind with our relationships. Good.
Jessica was pointing and laughing at me like I was the biggest joke since the interruption cow.
Ooh, so what do we know about Jessica?
She's interrupting.
She's doing what?
Pointing and laughing at.
Is that nice?
No.
So Jessica, what do I know about her?
She's pointing and laughing at her.
In a nice way?
No.
No. Good. Is doing what?
Is.
Good. Alright, and we don't have a lot of time left, so we are going to read to the end of this page, and then we are going to pick out some character traits for our main character, okay?
And I totally freaked when I realized Mackenzie and her cell phone out and seemed to be talking a picture of something.
Uh-oh. Is that good?
No, she's probably sending a video to someone, a picture.
To be nice or to make fun of her?
Make fun of her.
Yeah, we don't like that.
I grabbed Brianna and protectively carried her off the stage. No, let go of me. Brianna screamed. The song isn't even over yet. We have to throw kisses to the crowd. And
So does Brianna want to stay?
No. Yeah.
The song isn't even over yet. Yeah, she wants to stay.
Yeah. Brianna, it's time to go. I huffed, still out of breath. Mom is probably waiting for us back at the fountain.
So Brianna wants to do what? Stay or go?
Stay.
And the main character wants to
Leave.
Good.
But before we made it to the door, Amanda rushed over and shoved a pen and napkin into Brianna's hand. I've ever met a real live pop star before. Can I have your autograph? She gushed. Brianna beamed. Sure.
You can have it for free. So is Brianna happy about having videos taken of her and performing? She wants to sign someone's autograph for free.
Oh yeah, she does.
She kind of likes being like famous.
I keep thinking this is Brianna.
But what about the main character? Is the main character happy?
No.
No, she's what?
She's mad and she lost her temper.
She's kind of not feeling happy. She's kind of embarrassed, right? So what's the difference between the main character and Brianna?
Brianna likes singing, but the main character does not like singing.
And gets kind of embarrassed, right? Yeah. Good. All right, so we're going to stop there for today, and we're going to look at what we have. So, one action I can think of is that that the main character wanted to go where?
A home.
Mm-hmm. So if we still need an action, so that would be a good one. All right, so for what she says, you took note of that she does not say very nice words, right? For her thoughts, she doesn't like singing, she's kind of embarrassed, and said she felt extreme embarrassment, so she's not having a good time. For the character's actions, she wanted to go home. Right, and then for her relationship, she has Brianna, who wants to stay there and is having fun, so they have a little bit of a disconnect, and then Jessica is taking videos of her and pointing and laughing at her. So that's kind of the situation she's in. We are going to talk more about this, but we are going to pick a few character traits based on what we wrote down that we think could go along with the main character. So I'm going to read some character traits, and when you think of one that goes along with everything you have written down and what you read, I want you to let me know, and we'll pick two, okay, to go along with her.
What if I don't know what the words mean?
And we can ask and we can talk about it. All right, so is she annoyed?
Yes.
Oh, that's the first one, and you already think yes. Why do you think she's annoyed?
Because her friends sing on stage and trying to pull her off.
Yeah, so do you want to write annoyed?
Yeah.
She's annoyed with someone she has a relationship with.
Friend.
Her friend who?
Jessica.
Well, yes, and who's her friend?
Brianna.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's,
Annoyed.
which you can write in the character trait box. Good. First one, we already found one. She's annoyed, annoying, arrogant, bad-tempered.
Annoying.
Maybe.
No.
I feel like she's kind of more annoyed, but that's a good thought. Boring, bossy, careless, clumsy, confused. Careless? What does careless mean?
It means like she didn't care for other people.
Well, careless kind of means you don't care, because the suffix less means.
She didn't care about going on stage.
Well, yes, you're on the right track. Careless means you're kind of like, if I'm holding this book carelessly, I might be like, so careless is kind of like lazy, or you kind of don't care one way or another. Sure, I'll go up on stage, but that's a good thought. But I think there's some better words in here for sure, but I can see what you're thinking there. Cowardly, demanding, discouraged, dishonest, disobedient.
Dishonest.
Dishonest?
Because she's lying about she doesn't have any money in her pocket, so the other person could pay for Brianna could pay for her.
That's a good thought. What about with what we have on here? Do we talk about paying on our star character traits? No, but that's a good thought for sure. Jealous, lazy, lonely. Lazy? Why do you think lazy?
Because she's lazy, probably get up on the stage and.
Is it because she's feeling tired and she's feeling lazy, or is it because she's nervous though?
Because she's nervous.
That's a good thought though. What about naughty, noisy, obnoxious, picky, restless, rowdy? Noisy?
She got embarrassed because she yelled in the book, that part that we read.
Oh, that's true. Do we have that written down on here?
No.
No, but that would be a good one for sure if we had more stuff written down.
She does not like to be.
Rude, selfish, sly, sneaky, spoiled, strict,
Rude.
stubborn.
I think rude.
She might have been using some rude words that you have written down for sure. Who was being really rude? Jessica, yeah. Selfish, sly, sneaky, spoiled, strict, stubborn.
I don't know what that means.
Stubborn?
Yeah.
Is when you will not do something.
Oh yeah, she's stubborn.
I think she's definitely being stubborn. I think annoyed and stubborn are really good ones. Yeah, you can just write it in the character trait box with annoyed.
How do you spell? Wait, did I just write stubborn?
I have it right here for you.
S-G.
Good. So, awesome. So we know the main character is annoyed and stubborn at this situation, right?
Yeah.
We're probably going to learn more about her, but through that story, we could tell that she is annoyed and stubborn. And you did an excellent job. How are you feeling?
Good.
Good? I want you to do one more thing, and it'll take like 1 minute, okay? So I want you to pick one of these character traits. And I would hope you would pick one of the positive ones and not one of the negative ones. Pick one of these character traits that you think describes you, and tell me why. I want you to write it. Which one are you going to pick?
Honest.
Ooh, that's awesome. Either tell me why you think that or an example.
so I don't get in trouble by my stepdad and my dad.
So you're usually honest to your parents so that you don't get in trouble. That's a good trait to have. When is the time at school that you were honest?
When I accidentally pushed someone and they almost said, "Did you do it?" And I almost said no, but I did.
You admitted to it. That is an awesome thing to have. And that's in our honor code, right, too? So you have to act with honesty and integrity. Awesome. Well, great job today. And I have a treat for you. And then you can go back to class. And it's almost time for lunch, okay?
Okay.